Wrestling masks are a symbol and a stereotype of Mexican culture around the world, with examples like Nacho Libre and Coco. They are identified as Mexican despite the spot not originating in Mexico, as it was brought from the United States in the 1930s by Salvador Lucha. He introduced the first masked wrestler from the US. La Maravilla Enmascarada, Corbin James Macy, followed by the first Mexican masked wrestler, Murciélago Velázquez. Many wrestlers have drawn on pre-Hispanic paths for their designs, a tradition rooted in all native cultures. Masks are more enduring than the human face, which decomposes over time. They are related to Nahualism, embodying the characteristic of certain animals or deities, transforming the wearer into someone else. The theatrical aspect is essential in state ancient myths from each culture. And masks also serve as a way to remember the dead. They have been made for various materials since pre-Hispanic times, including live flesh, as in the case of Xipe Toltec's ritual, facial paint for Tezcatlipoca's festival, and luxurious monetary masks like those of Pakal the Great or the Red Queen, made from clay, wood, or precious minerals. Many masks still have small holes for straight to be worn on the face. Open designs like those of eagle warriors, jaguars, or Nezahualcóyotl coyotes, Coya imitation exist, as well as gold mask. The creation of masks didn't end with the Spanish arrival. Some mocked the Spaniards, and new masks emerged representing white or pink-skinned individuals. Animals brought to the continent, Africans, fruit slaves, and even the devil. Precisely, and now in this land, over 500 years, masks have enriched traditions, becoming part of ceremonies and new worldviews, like the mask of La Danza de los Viejitos in Michoacán, Los Chinelos in Morelos, Los Parachicos in Chiapas, Los Tlecuanes in Guerrero, and many more. These ancient roots mixed with wrestling, creating masks of new deities worshipped by fans. While only a small percentage of Mexican wrestlers draw inspiration from pre-Hispanic roots, there have been notable examples with interesting names and designs, combining wrestling with the pre-Hispanic past. The significance of masks in wrestling varies, with some wrestlers having legendary masks, others less so, and some like known. The focus is not on the wrestlers' fame but on the symbolism adopted in their name, design, or both. Canek. For instance, is named after a historical Maya figure. Jacinto Canek, who led a rebellion against the Spanish. His mask featured pre-Hispanic representations like Quetzalcoatl head, Chacmol, Olmec Heads, and Eagle Warriors. Último Guerrero, alluded to being the last of his kind. With masks inspired by the Aztec calendar and other pre-Hispanic symbols. Dr. Wagner Jr. used various pre-Hispanic DM designs, as does his son with Tlaloc-inspired mask. Ángel Azteca. Note the case used the Aztec name and showed pre-Hispanic influences in his attire, highlighting the influence of Tenochtitlan ancient inhabitants. Sangre Azteca. Used various designs throughout his career, some featuring a skull-like face and pyramid-based design on his boots, or Eagle Warrior helmets. The most common design produced the Xihuacoatl from the Mexica calendar, with the Cain glyph and numerals on top, alluding to the year 2 Cain, significant in the New Fire ceremony. Some of his masks even bore the phrase Mother Mexica. Chelhua. Inspired by the giant who built the Cholula pyramid. Had masks featuring the pyramid with a rising sun and serpents inspired by Quetzalcoatl, first seeing the city dedicated to this identity. The chin part sometimes showed another flaming pyramid, possibly alluding to the Cholula massacre by the Spaniards and alike, with designs including Chimali productions of other pre-Hispanic patterns. The next discusses the syncretism in wrestling mask, reflecting a blend of pre-Hispanic and contemporary influences. The Guerrero Prehispánico mask combines various cultural elements, including the face of Tlaloc and Zapotec inspirations. Guerrero Maya and Guerrero Maya Jr. incorporate Greco motifs, particularly around the eyes, and symbols from Nahua culture, such as the Olin sign. The text also mentions Mictlan MX. A wrestler who masks features eagle design and a skull inspired by the Teotihuacans. Death Sun, relating to the Mictlan. Rey Xolo. Is linked to the Xolos, the Tijuana football team, but also draw inspiration from the Mictlan, with a prominent X on the mask representing the Xolotzcuintli, a guide in the afterlife. Rey Mysterio Jr. doesn't typically show pre-Hispanic influences, but some design on the back of his mask allude to the movement's central part of the tonal machine. Olmeca is named after one of the oldest cultures, with a mask resembling an Olmec colossal head. Rey Kukulkan is influenced by Maya culture, with designs emulating snake fangs and feathers, representing the feathered serpent. Mexica used vibrating stones and pre-Hispanic Greco patterns. With eagle warrior heads attending from the back of the mask. Retro is inspired by Mictlantecutli, the lord of Mictlán, for his mask and attire. The text concludes by mentioning a Lux, a mythical Maya character. The forest guardian created to accompany the wrestler, Tinieblas. It highlights that many wrestlers use striking objects related to the pre-Hispanic past, and the tradition of mask has evolved with the foreign sport of wrestling, now adapted as Mexican. Leading to new interpretations and designs that will likely continue to draw inspirations from the ancient Anahuac in the future.